Guys, welcome back to my today's tutorial. Today we'll be looking at how to draft a Danshiki kimono gown. I'll be using the 2 years of fabric to do that. So before we go into that, I want you to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And for those who have subscribed to this channel, please, I really appreciate, and please keep on watching and supporting this channel. Let's get to the business of the day. Okay. So to draft your Bubu Danshiki gown, you first of all measure from your upper bone of your back neck down to where you want your sleeve to stop. Your Danshiki dress, you have to measure from your upper bone neckline to where you want your sleeve to be, and mine is 32 inches. That's because we're cutting both the neck and the sleeve together. So you have to measure from the center back of your neck bone straight to where you want the sleeve to be. I want my sleeve to be at this point, so which is 32 inches. So I will be dividing that 32 by 2 inches, which will give me 16 inches. So I'll just place my tape and mark 16 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch extra to fold my sleeve. Okay, now I'll be taking my Danshiki length, which is 36 inches. I'll add 2 inches extra for seam allowance. That's the actual length is 36 inches plus 2 inches for seam allowance. I'll just draw the line out and show you guys. So this is my actual length, 36 inches plus 2 inches for seam allowance. So I'll just go ahead now and cut off my excesses. Okay, so right now I'll mark from my shoulder to my hip line, which is 24 inches. My breast point 10 inches. I just rule out the lines. 10 inches. So I'll take my shoulder slope. I'll mark 3 inches here, 3 inches at this point. Then my shoulder measurement, which is 15 inches, divided by 2 give me 7.5. So on that 7.5, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I'll connect to the 3 inches I marked earlier on. Connect it to the 3 inches like this. Okay, to serve as your shoulder sleeve. So for my sleeve opening, that's where my sleeve will be opened. I would like it to be 10 inches. 10 inches for my sleeve opening, because I want it to be kind of wide. So I just come down from my sleeve area to where my sleeve opening to be 10 inches wide, because I want it to be very free. You can use 9 inches depending on how big your arm is, and if you want it freer, you can just increase your measurement. Slim person, 9 to 10 inches is okay, but if it's a fat person you're working for, you can use 12 inches. But for a slim, okay, I'll now mark 1 inch here at my sleeve opening area. I'll mark 1 inch and I'll connect it to this point. You just connect the lines like this. So this is what I'll be having. Then I'll come in by 2 inches or 1.5. I'll just mark 2 inches here. You can use 1.5. Then I'll come down by 1.5. So I'll just give it a slight curve like this. This is how it will be. You come in by 2 inches here, then you come down by 1.5. On that line where you marked your 2 inches, you just come down here by 1.5. then you connect from your sleeve area like this. So after doing that, I'll take my bust measurement. This gown will be very free and big, so you can choose to just use what you used for. I use 16 inches for my upper area, which is this place. You can go ahead and also use 16 inches, or you take your bust measurements and add 4 inches extra to it. So my bust is 34. 34 divided by 4 will give me 8.5. 8.5. I'll add 4 inches or 5 inches extra to it, depending on how big you want it. So you just mark 16 inches and also come here and mark 16 inches, which is fine. Then your hip measurement, you can still take 16 inches downward. You just mark 16 inches to the end of the dress, because this gown is a very free gown. I'll just connect it together like this. You can see how it's looking. You can use the same 16 inches. We divided 2 by 2. It gave us, when we measure the upper bone area, we got 32 inches. So divide by 2 will give us 16 inches. So that's 16 inches now. You can take it all through your measurement, or you can insert your measurement and add 4 inches extra, because this Danshiki gown is usually very free and bogus. And if you are someone that is very hippie and shapy, like tiny waist and big hip, you can, on the waistline, you can take your waist measurement and add 3 inches to it. So you just take your waist measurement, assuming your waist, the distance from your shoulder to your waist is 15 inches. You just insert your waist measurement here. Insert your waist measurement, then you just connect it like this. It will give it a kind of shape at the waist area. But for a slim person, so the client I'm working with is a slim person. Her bust measurement is 34 and her hip is 38. So this is fine. You can just connect it straight. But if it's a very curvy person, you can just insert the hip measurement. It's usually very beautiful. But I think it's okay like this. I believe you understand what I did. So we'll just trim off the side area before cutting our neckline. So I'll just go ahead and trim up the side area. Okay, this is how it's looking. So for our neckline, I'll mark 3 inches for my neck width. Then I'll come down for the front neck, I'll mark 3.5, because it will still have an opening. 3.5 is okay. So I'll just connect. You can use your curve ruler to connect it. While for the back, I'll just take 1.5 inches or 1 inch. I will use 1.5 inches. Then for my slit opening, I'll come down by 5 inches, because I want the total neck width to be 8 inches. I want the total neck depth to be 8 inches. So I'll mark 8 inches. So I'm taking a total of my slit to be 5 inches long. So first of all, cut the back neck. Now remove the back before cutting the front neck, and also open up the slit. Okay, so I'll just open it up like this. So this is it. So this is how it's looking. So right now I'll be cutting the facing for both the front and the back. So for the facing, I'll be starting from the front part. You just fold your fabric into two like this. So you just bring another piece of fabric and fold into two. Then I'll place my front dress on it. You see, you have to use the folded area to be on the folded area need to match with the folded area of the front part. Then you have like 3 inches or 4 inches extra at this point. So I'll mark 3 inches here, mark 3 inches here, which is okay. You can use 4 inches if you wish, but I think 3 inches is fine. Then you also mark your opening, your front slit. Remember we use 5 inches, so I'll also come down by 5 inches at the front and add extra. I'll cut out the neckline, then I'll remove it, then we'll mark the rest. So we just cut out the neckline first, cut out our shoulder slope, then I'll take the dress off like this. Our slit is 5 inches long, then I'll open it up. Okay. From the slitted area, you come down by 3 inches. Then you connect it to the 3 inches at this upper part. You also mark 3 inches here. Then you connect it together. Okay. So this is how your facing would look like. You can put this facing at the front or at the back, depend on your choice. So I'll just trim this off. So, but this my facing will be inward, not outward. I'll put it inside. So what I'll be doing is I'll just pick my dress, place the facing on it at the right side of it. You make sure you place it at the right side. Place your facing at the right side like this. You make sure the slits tally with each other, like it's at the same point. You arrange it very well, including neckline. Then you sew from the neck area down to where your slit stopped. Then you just turn your machine and sew down to this point. You just sew on it straight like this. After sewing, you notch and flip it over to the back part. At this area, you weave it with a weaving machine, that's the edges, or you just fold it in by ½ inch. You just fold it before sewing. You fold it by ½ inches. You just fold the edges of your facing by ½ inches, then you flip it over. You can use a hemming gum to stick it to the dress. Use it. So this is an hemming gun. You can use it to place it on the dress after you must have sewn it. So that's all for the front facing. You fold a piece of fabric into two like this. Then you bring your dress. You just repeat same process. The difference is that the back is not having a slit. You place it on it like this. The folded area should tally with also your dress. Then you cut the neckline. Then cut the slope, shoulder slope. Okay, so this is how the up is going to look. So I'll just mark 3 inches here. I'll mark 3 inches round. Just mark 3 inches round. Then you connect together. I'll just cut this out. Okay, this will be for our back facing. This is how it will look like. Like I said in the front part, before turning it over on your dress, you can fold the edges just once like this using ½ inch and sew. By the time you sew it, to give it a nice finishing, a nice and a very neat finishing. After sewing the edges, then place it on the right side of your fabric of your dress. Then you sew the neckline. After, you must have folded this area by half an inch, or you weave the edges using a weaving machine. Then you turn it over and use a hemming gum to place it on the dress. If you want to use your hemming gum, you just cut it like this according to how the length is. You cut your hemming gum. You can get this hemming gum at any tailoring shop where they sell tailoring material. You just cut it up like this, a small piece. You place it on the fabric like this. Then when you flip it over, you place it and use your iron to gum it on it. You just put it underneath the wrong side of the dress, not the right side. Then you use your pressing iron to attach it to your dress. Okay, while sewing your dress, if you want to sew your Danshiki dress, you place the back against the front. That's right side facing each other. After, you must have turned the neck. You stitch this area straight down. You also sew the other side using half inch or quarter inches to sew it straight to the end. You do same thing on both sides. Then you shaping your dress using 1 inch on the both side. You can choose to attach an inner pocket or an outer pocket to it, just based on your preference. Then I'll be folding the lower part using 1.5 inches. After joining the sleeve area, you open up this part, then you fold your sleeve. So I'll just join the shoulder area and show you how to fold the sleeve. Okay, I have turned my Danshiki dress with my facing. You can see I folded the edges using half inch, and I just place it on the fabric. The wrong side of the right side facing each other, so you can see how it's looking. Okay, then I just sewed. Please, if you are sewing for your facing, in order for it to come out very neat, you sew to this point. You don't stop at where your split is ending. You come down a little by half inch, then you notch the whole area. I also turned the neck area too with my facing. So what I'll be doing now is to notch it round. So I'll just use my scissors to notch it a little. While notching, you have to be careful not to cut out where you've sewed already. Just notch it a little. If you don't notch it, it won't give it up. Then at that point, when you mark half inch, you just open it up a little close to your sewn area. So you just notch the whole area. Okay, I finished. Okay, after notching it, I've notched it all around, as you can see. So I'll just flip it over to the back part. After flipping, you have to iron it so it to be very neat. Okay. Okay. After flipping it over, this is what I have. You can see how neat it's looking. And the back part will be like this. So this is where the use of your hemming gum comes in. Then I will just cut my hemming gum and fix it underneath it round to this point. Just fix it round, just cut it straight and fix it round. Then use your pressing iron to iron it. You put it under the facing. Then you iron with your pressing iron, or you can use your needle and thread to tack it. You just tack it round, or you use your hemming gum, whichever you prefer. So this is it, and this is how it's looking like. So I'll just repeat same process at the back part, turn the facing over and iron it with my hemming gum. Like I said, you can also tack it with your needle and thread. Okay, I've joined the shoulder area. You know this dress is together with sleeve, so I just joined the upper part using 1/4 inches. You can use 1/2 inches. Just fold it in using 1 inches. You can choose to fold it very tiny. This is just based on preference. You can choose to fold it very tiny, and you can choose to make it a little bit bold. Then after folding the both sleeve, before you shape the sides, and you fold the hemming part of the dress. So I'll just do all that and show you the finishing part of this kaftan danshiki gown. Okay, if you want your sleeve to be like this at the right side, like it should be folded towards the right side of your dress, like something like this. This is the right side. I just folded it in. I'll just show you how to do just that. Is 4 inches. You can see. So I'll just mark. So what we're having in total here is 4 inches. First, when you fold your armhole by 4 inches like this, you fold it again, making it 2 inches. Then the edges, you fold it in by 1/2 inches. Then you sew on the right side, depending on how bold you want it to be. You can make it tiny. You can use 3 inches in total. When you mark 3 inches, you fold it like this. Then you divide it into 2 again. Then you fold the edges in by 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. Then you sew on the edge of your sleeve. So I'll just pin this up for you guys to see how it will look like. Then you won't be sewing this folded area. It's just be like this. You're only sewing the edges where you folded in by 1/2 inch at the opening area. That's where you're sewing. So if you want to do this type on your sleeve, you have to add extra inches on your sleeve length. So I'll just go ahead to pin it up together. I'm just using 1/2 inches to fold it. And I'll pin it up. Because if you do this without adding extra inches to make your sleeve shorter, in case you are working for a client who wants a particular sleeve length, you have to add extra inches to it while cutting your dress. So I'm just trying to pin it up. So this is how it will look like at the front part of your dress. So what we'll be doing now, we'll just sew tiny like this along the edges. Just sew it very tiny. This is what it will be like when you are through. To be like this. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, this is the outcome of my danshiki dress. You can see how beautiful and neat it's looking. Please, if you like this video, ensure to give it a thumbs up, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribing is absolutely free of charges, so I really appreciate you guys, and those who have subscribed to my channel so far, thank you so much and God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye bye.